And good afternoon. Welcome to Today at the Races presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stan Salter along with Tim Tulloch as we get you ready for another race weekend. Lots of action here today. We'll get to the Stronach 5. Our Rainbow Pick 6 carryover is pretty good. But first, let me check in with my co-host. How are you?
Good. A little bit of a long week since last Sunday. Last Sunday, what a big day. Big day for Claudio Gonzalez.
Yep.
Last Sunday, winning 4. And he could have another big day today because I like a lot of his horses on today's card.
Yeah, leading trainer Claudio Gonzalez. He's rolling. So, yeah, lots going on this week. Started off on a sad note. William H. Wolfendale III, he passed away. He was very good to me when I was young. I worked for him here at the racetrack and on his farm. He was very good to a lot of people. Denver Beckner, who worked for him, he went on. He's a steward out at Charlestown right now. Of course, Howard and Rudy, his younger brothers, and he was a good guy. And we'll have some services pending for Bill Wolfendale. I think we're going to have something for him at the track here, what I hear. But we'll have some good memories of him. Battling a cold. I think you're battling a cold, too. We're both battling a cold. Good day for some Stronach 5 therapy.
Absolutely. I mean, you got to get your mind off of it. The Stronach 5 will do it, plus that $24,000 carryover in the Rainbow Pick 6. So, there's March Madness, and
That's
the sports book is open. So we've got it all going on, and let's get it going.
Right. A big win for the Terps yesterday.
Big win for the Terps. So they snuck it out.
Yeah, Belmont was a tough team. So the Terps, I think they play Saturday afternoon.
Noontime, LSU.
LSU, okay. And what time's the game, you said?
Noontime.
At 12 noon Saturday.
12 noon, yes.
Okay, you can watch all the March Madness, the best place in the area, right here at Laurel Park in that sports bar or the sports book with that 75-foot LED wall. All the March Madness and horse racing you can ask for in the sports book. Let's show you what we have on tap for you in the Stronach 5. It's a $100,000 guarantee, but they've been betting way more than that into it. A couple weeks ago, 2 weeks in a row, they bet over $250,000 into it. I believe last week it was over $200,000. As always, that industry low 12% takeout for the Stronach 5 means more money back in your pockets when you hit it. It was a big payout last week. Here's the lineup of races today for the Stronach 5. We're going to kick it off once again right here at Laurel Park, race 8. That's going to be 4:43 Eastern time. Then the leg B right here at Laurel Park. We're going to have 2 legs of the Stronach 5 today. Leg B, Laurel Park, race 9. Then we go to Gulfstream for a couple races. Gulfstream race 9, and then Gulfstream race 10. And then we wrap it up, Golden Gate Fields race 5. I have a single in the second leg of the Stronach 5 right here at Laurel Park, race 9. I'm going to single on Young American because I thought the 2 legs at Gulfstream and the Golden Gate Fields leg, I had to go 3 deep in the final 3 legs of the Stronach 5.
Well, I had to go deep in the third leg of the Stronach 5, but I singled at the Golden Gate Fields race. You'll be proud of me, Stan.
All right.
I singled on Jerry Hollendorfer.
Hollendorfer, he's due.
He's due. I figured he can't let us down again.
Right, absolutely.
So
he's due.
He's my single.
All right, so that's your Stronach 5 today. We have a nice carryover in the 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. There it is, $24,420 for that Rainbow Pick 6. That starts in race 4 today on the 9-race program. Tim, you have a ticket for that. That's going to be well played today. That'll be around $35,000 when it's all said and done for the Rainbow Pick 6. Let's show you a picture of the main track. We're going to have we're going to start out as fast here. We're going to start out with a fast main track. We had a lot of rain in the area yesterday, but let's check the weather conditions here. It's a little breezy out today, a little windy today, so that's helping dry out that main track.
Yeah, absolutely. It's helping dry out that main track, and the crew here does such a good job with this racetrack. By the renovation break today, they were able to open it up. It was sealed early, got some air into it. It's been getting a lot of air since, and these guys do such a good job on this main track, so kudos out to them, and we are fast.
All right, so let's get right to it here. Race 1's going to kick off that popular early pick 5, mandatory payout on the early pick 5, and I have a ticket here. Let's take an industry low 12% takeout on the early pick 5, just like your late pick 5. I have a ticket. Let's check it out, take a look. A $32 play. I go 4 deep here in race 1 using the 2, 3, 4, and the 5. You have Trevor McCarthy on the 2 Bourbon Streak at 5-1. He's live. Then in race 2, I go 2 deep. I like the 4 as my for Claudio, yesterday's plan, but the 7 for Englehart. Mom, Meatloaf might be tough. Then 4 deep, race 3. That's a maiden 10. I go with the 1-3-6-8 in that leg. And I'm going to key on Claudio Gonzalez with the favored in race 4, the 5, Great French Kiss. Then race 5, I go 2 deep there with the 3 and the 8. So a $32 play. You can check out my ticket. All of Tim's tickets are Stronach 5 tickets. So they're all on the laurelpark.com website. Underneath the handicapping section. Also a bunch of great press releases on the laurelpark.com website. Keep up with all the latest mail-in racing news. Nice press release about Bill Wolfendale. Also, King Leatherberry, the Hall of Famer, embarking on his 60th year as a trainer. There's a nice story up on the laurelpark.com website about the King coming back.
The King's coming back. Well, he was out of horses, really. Only had a couple turf horses at the end of turf season last year. Took the winter off. Good time to take it off, but we're always happy to have the King back.
Yep. All right, so let's get right to it here for the opener. We know the Rolling Super High 5, that'll start in race 2 today. Race 1, we're going a flat mile. Maiden claiming 25,003 and up. We both have the 3 on top, so let's start there. The 3, Grand Oasis. We have a video spotlight to show you of Grand Oasis last race, February 7th, right here at Laurel Park. Here he comes with a wide rally.
Yeah, he was a little wide around the turn, lost a little bit of ground, but he just keeps on coming here for the maiden 40,000. Now today he drops down to the maiden 25,000, and he just misses getting up here. He probably gets a little bit better trip from the 3-hole today, gets a little bit less company today, and I think that's going to be enough for it to get it done here. And, he lost a little bit of ground on the turn, but he just kept coming. I think he gets these horses today for the maiden 25,000.
Yeah, nice claim. Claudio got him for 16,000. That race there was for maiden 40.
That's
now
right.
You have to think a perfect spot today for the maiden 25.
Right, and people look at, well, he's dropping. Well, he's really not. He claimed the horse for 16,000.
Right.
He went in for 40. He gave him a shot. Horse ran a good positive race, but let's win. Let's win now. Maiden 25, that's where the horse belongs. And Claudio probably gets his day kicked off in the same fashion he ended last Sunday in.
Yeah, and this is a new bug rider for that Claudio's riding. Sam Cardona's been around here for a little bit. He's won 3 races this wintertime meet. This is the first horse I can remember that he's ridden for Claudio.
Yeah, I think he's the first horse he's ridden for Claudio, but there's 2 guys here. If you're a bug boy, you want to get hooked up with. 1, Dale Capuano. 2, Claudio Gonzalez. So this could be a good move here, getting some weight. And Claudio's just going to be very tough with 2 nice works since that last race. I think Grand Oasis is going to be pretty tough here.
All right, and we both like the 5, Road to Oz, for trainer Mike Trombetta. Victor Carrasco to ride his homebred for our Larry Johnson, 4-year-old son of Quality Road. A good second up at Penn National back in January, and then stepped up to the maiden 40,000 last out here at Laurel. Comes out of the same race we showed you there, Grand Oasis. Grand Oasis was 2nd. Road to Oz was 4th in that race last out.
Another dropper, and he's behind our top pick. He ran behind our top pick, Grand Oasis, in the same race and didn't run a bad race. He only got beat 3.5 lengths for the whole thing while running 4th. Comes in here with 3 works since that last race on February 7th for Mike Trombetta, who hits at 22% with this type of layoff 30 to 60 days. So there's plenty to like, and you're getting Carrasco back, so there's plenty to like on the 5, Road to Oz.
All right, we both like the 4 a little bit as well. She's like the win for Michael Dickinson. Lightly raced, sporadically raced. 5-year-old maidens only run 7 times. A big effort in the slop last December. That was for maiden 16. Now another break after that, and we step up a little bit here to the maiden 25.
Yeah, a lifetime effort in her last start in the slop. She gets fast today, but it's still going to have a little moisture in it. The dirt will still be a little wet. I don't know. It's not slop for any stretch of the imagination, but coming off a lifetime best, some works for Michael Dickinson since. Picks up Javion Toledo. That's never a bad thing, and she's going to have to come up with something a little bit special to get the job done here today, but she's stepping up from that maiden 16 to the maiden 25. But I like her a little bit.
So we like a few of the same horses there in race 1. Let's turn the page here. Race 2 will kick off the Rolling Super High 5. That has a low 15% takeout. The Rolling Super High 5 does. We have it every race with 7 or more horses, so keep your eye on that throughout the day. Race 2 also kicks off the early pick 4. We're going 6 furlongs, claiming 16,000 for straight 3-year-old fillies here. And I took a shot. You have this horse on top. I made the 4 yesterday's plan my best bet of the day on the tip sheet. A 3-year-old filly by plan will get a decent price. She's 4-1 morning line. She's taken a drop in class here for the leading trainer, Claudio Gonzalez. Claudio with a good shot to take the early daily double, and he gets Carlos Carrasco to ride his 3-year-old daughter a plan. Carlos and Claudio, they're 36% together with a nice positive ROI. So you like this horse as well.
Yeah, dropping from the 25,000. She only got beat a length in her last start while running fourth. A nice work since that last start. And she's just perfectly placed. She broke her maiden for maiden 25, and that was the day that she ran her lifetime best race last December over a wet track. She's getting fast today, but I don't think it's going to matter. I think yesterday's plan's in a great spot here today. Just very, very well entered, and not a bad race in her last start. So I think there's a lot to like here. Carlos Carrasco, Claudio Gonzalez, 36% when they hook up.
She doesn't have too much early speed. That's the only thing that concerns me a little bit. I made her my best bet of the day just because we're going to get a nice price here on a Claudio horse. But maybe dropping to this level, she can have a little more improved early speed.
Well, she might. There's not a whole lot of speed outside the 3-horse Katarina won. There's not a whole lot of speed in the race, and maybe Katarina runs a little dangerous getting loose and dropping out of that same race as yesterday's plan. But when she's gotten the lead, sometimes she's kind of backed up a little bit at a little bit tougher level. So we'll see how she goes today. But, it's not like there's a ton of speed in the race either, so it might enable her to stay a little bit closer and not get so far outrun.
All right, the morning line favorite in race 2, the 7 Mom Meatloaf, 7-2 here for Engelhardt. Vargas will ride, so strong connections here. But this filly by State Thirsty, she's been the beaten favorite 2 of her last 3 starts up there in New York, and her last race was just ugly. That was against the straight 3-year-olds, claiming 32,000 state bred. 5-horse field. Do they really let races like that go?
Well, it could have scratched down to 5.
Okay,
let's give them the benefit of the doubt.
Sure.
Yeah,
you're right. Could have scratched down to 5, and now this filly takes a drop here to the 16,000. So the class relief should wake this filly up.
Well, 2 starts ago for open 30,000, this filly only got beat 2 lengths while running second and running a good strong number of 59 by her speed figure. That's good enough to get the job done here today. Also, races back at Finger Lakes, last summer were just as good to win here today. So it's Engelhardt, it's Vargas. They're tough. I mean, you just can't leave them out. They win 40% of the time together. Engelhardt wins 23% of the time off this type of layoff, and he's winning at 34% at this meet as we speak. You can't leave Ma Meatloaf off, and will probably find its way to the winner's circle. Probably at the end of the day, might be the horse to beat.
Sure, absolutely. All right, so we like the same 4 horses there in the second with the 4 yesterday's plan on top. Let's speed along. We need to save plenty of time for the Stronach 5 today. We've had 1 leg of the Stronach 5 for the last several weeks. Today we have 2 legs of the Stronach 5. Races 8 and 9 kick off that popular national wager. All right, race 3 is wide open here. We're on the same horse. The 8 America's Prince going to be the favorite here. We're going a mile. Maiden claiming 10,000 straight 3-year-olds. The 8 America's Prince, a white thoroughbred by Honorable Dylan for trainer for trainer Dale Capuano. A good first off the claim at this level. Maiden 10 going a mile is back in February. And Dale stepped the horse up to maiden 16 last out. It was wide and just ran okay. Now drops back down to the maiden 10, and this should do the trick. Get 7 pounds off with the new apprentice here, Julio Correa.
And I agree. I mean, getting back down to the maiden 10,000, the race of his lifetime best 2 starts ago, going this 1-turn mile as he gets to go today. If he can run back to that race, he'll be very, very good. Picks up the bug boy, gets some weight, 116 pounds. Dale, very good with his maiden claiming horses, so he wins at 27% with these types. So I think America's Prince going to get everything he needs today, and it might be today or never. This is a good spot for him.
All right, so we both have the white thoroughbred on top there, the 8. I didn't use the 7, Oi to the World. You have that gelding in your exacta from the Hammy Smith barn.
Yeah, Hammy Smith, 20% when he takes one from a sprint to a route, and 3 races ago going this flat mile. Not a bad effort while running third, getting beat 5 lengths. I think this horse will run a little bit better, and after a couple of these horses, the race just simply isn't that tough. So I think this ends up being a pretty good spot for Oi to the World.
All right, I used the 1 Smart Face in my exact. He had a nice rally last out. He was 16 lengths out of it early, going 2 turns at 24-1. Rallied for second that day after being steadied at the start. Bracho back aboard for Charlie DeMario. We're not going to get 24-1, but a decent 8-1 price here on the one smart face.
Yeah, you'll still probably get a pretty good price. 3 races ago, going this one-turn mile, he got really outrun, really could never grind out any lengths at all. I'm not sure what happened in his last start. He was able to finally finish. He hasn't finished in his last 4 or 5 starts. So if he can run back that last race, sure, right in it.
And we both like the 6 here, Lucky Bulls, your 2-1 morning line favored in the race here for trainer Hammy Smith. Beaten favored last out. That was going 6 furlongs. Now we stretch back out to a mile today, and he's going to have to do better than his tries going a mile before. But this will be the first time he's going a mile against this group.
Against this level, first time going long. 3 strong work since that last start for Hammy Smith, which we just mentioned. 20% when he takes one from a sprint to a route. Javion Toledo returns. You have to like that. So. Enough to like there.
All right, so we've gotten through the first 3 races of the day. Then things really start to heat up in race 4. Nice carryover in that Rainbow Pick 6. It's almost 24,000. It's almost 25,000. Tim, you have a ticket for it. And then the Stronach 5 starts in race 8. So all of that right after this.
Whether you're at home or at the track, have a stake in the race when you bet with ExpressBet. Sign up for an ExpressBet online betting account and receive up to a $500 sign-up bonus.
All right, welcome back. Lots of action here in race 4. First of all, we kick off the middle pick 4 here in the 4th race. We also kick off the 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. Let's show you the carryover. $24,420 for the Pick 6. This will be well over $30,000, maybe around $35,000 today when it's all said and done. Tim, a couple weekends ago, you gave out back-to-back winning Rainbow Pick 6 tickets. The carryover is getting bigger. Let's check out your ticket, see how you played it today.
Yeah, nice affordable $28.80 ticket. We've got a lot of action today, so I had to spread out my money, and I'm singling a great French kiss in the 4th race, first race of the Rainbow Pick 6 for Claudio Gonzalez. This one's dropping from 25,000 made in 25,000 made in 16. I'm going to either live or die right here. I might fall on my sword right here, but he was the only reliable single I could come up with. 5th race, I go 2 deep using the 3 and the 8. 6th race, I think is wide open. That claiming 25, I go 4 deep using the 1 Tail of E Dubai, the 2 Tricky Lion, 6 in arrears, and the 8th War Bother for Jeremiah Engelhart. 7th race, 3 deep, 2, 3, 7. 8th race, 3 deep, 2, 5, 6. And in the 9th race, I go 2 deep using the 8 and 9. $28.80 ticket. Good luck if you play along.
All right, very affordable play. Once again, you can check out all of our tickets on the laurelpark.com website underneath the handicapping section. Also keep up with all the latest mail-in racing news with all the press releases on the laurelpark.com website. Check out all the upcoming events as well. Let's take a look here at the 4th. We're going 5.5 furlongs, maiden claiming 16,000 straight 3-year-old fillies, and yeah, we're both on an attractive favored here for reliable connections. Your leading trainer, Claudio Gonzalez, has the 5 Great French Kiss in a spot where she looks awfully tough. 3-year-old daughter of Despite the Odds. She's a Maryland bred, and Claudio tried her late February in her debut for maiden 25,000. They bet her down to about 7-2 that day. She pressed the early pace and hung on for a good third that day on a muddy sealed track. Now her second career start. She drops to the maiden 16. She gets a fast track today. She's had a sharp work from the gate since that decent debut effort. Caramano's back aboard. She gets a good outside post, and she'll probably have more improved speed today.
Yeah, she does. And we do have a video spotlight of this filly, top of the stretch to the wire in her last start, where she was pressing the pace all the way down, all the way around in the mud. She's going to get a fast track today, and she runs. This is a very, very positive debut effort in the mud. She gets a little late. She gets a little tired. Okay, first-time starters will do that often enough. Claudia Gonzalez brings this one back, as you mentioned, gives her a good sharp work out of the gate, 49 and change. Claudio Gonzalez, the only one better than Graham Motion's second time out of the box. Claudio Gonzalez, 38% of the time his second-time starters get the job done. I think great French kiss, getting a fast track and a little bit of class relief here today gets the job done with Horatio Caramanos aboard.
All right, so we both have the favorite on top. We both like the 8, and our exacta queens are better for Timmy Salzman, Yomar Ortiz on this filly, and a decent second last down for maiden, 10,000. Second to start before that for maiden, 16,000. So she's in a good spot today. She's 0 for 13 as a maiden, but she likes to pick up checks.
No, she just keeps hanging around. She's been hanging around all year. I mean, every single race this year has been a good, positive race. She hasn't found her way to the winner's circle yet, but she's been close a couple times. Her worst race, she ran 4th. She only beat 5 lengths. Nice effort while getting beat a half length in her last start, and she had some trouble out of the gate in that start. So I expect a bit better effort today from Queens or better with Yomar Ortiz.
And we both like the 6 and the 9 as well. The 6, Determined Mission. Decent debut now. This is maiden 10. Confident step up here, trying to maiden 16 in her second start.
Yeah, a big work since that last start, a half mile, 49 flat. She had a little trouble in her first start. She was a little green. She was a little unruly. She was all over the racetrack. So I think with a little experience, this one will be a little bit better. Victor Rosales, the bug boy, the 10-pound bug, returns for Phil Schoenthal.
And we both used the 9, Phil's Babe, first start in the Cal Lynch barn. The barn's having a nice winter meet, 29%. They get Angel Suarez to ride. She's had a couple decent local works here at Laurel Park. She's dropping out of that maiden 30 debut try up at Aqueduct back in mid-February.
Yeah, a little trouble out of the gate. And this is a positive drop from that maiden 30 at Aqueduct to this maiden 16 here. I mean, that's a considerable drop. And that wasn't a terrible race first time out. She got beat 9 lengths while running 5th. Not a great effort. I'm not saying that. But it wasn't terrible. And with this little bit of drop and some good local works for Cal Lynch, it might be enough to get the job done for Phil's Babe.
All right, so we like the same 4 horses there in race 4. Let's turn the page here. Race 5 kicks off. The late pick 5, no carryover. They hit it last Sunday for a real big number. I had it written down somewhere. I think it was like over 11,000. They hit the late pick 5 for last Sunday. So we'll start fresh today. But as always, that industry low 12% takeout means more money back in your pocket when you hit the pick 5s here at Laurel Park. Let's check out race 5. We're going a flat mile, claiming 5,000, 3 and up. Never won 2 lifetime. I go with the favorite on top here, the 3 Street Review. First off, the claim from Maldonado, Jomar Torres on this 5-year-old by Street Cry. Beaten favorite at this level last out, but ran a game race. You see the comment line. The gamely effort, was in front turner for home and just got beat a half length as the favorite. Maldonado claims the 5-year-old that day, waits to 30 days, right back in here for the nickel. Jomar Torres will ride. I have the 3 Street Review on top. You're likely favored.
Yeah, it was a good effort in his last start, and comes in here back at the same level. Right thing to do. Got beat. Ran a good solid number in that race, and only making his second start here at Laurel Park. So a third start will probably be a little bit better. 2 strong work since that last start gets Jomar Torres for Jonathan Maldonado here today. I like the 3 in my exacta.
All right, so we both have a 3-8-8-3 on top. You have the 5 in the mix there. Bigsy Littler, first time, 3-year-old gelding by a Fleet Alex, making his 5th career start today. First start in the Joan Reynolds barn.
Yeah, first start in the Joan Reynolds barn, dropping for New Connections. Gets Caramanos, and look, this horse ran behind some decent horses in his last 2 starts. MG Broker would come back and win a couple. I think he's my best bet of the day tomorrow. But taking a little bit of drop in class just might be enough. And then the 8 top at Ragtop, who stretches off a lifetime best. But this one's perfectly entered for a barn, Ricardo D'Angelo, who's starting to heat up. He's winning at 38% here right now. He's 3 for 8, and the horses just keep getting better. Nice work since Top Hat Ragtop, who's my price play of the day, 9-2 on the line.
All right, sorry, I didn't mean to skip over your price
That's
play
okay.
there.
Don't worry about it. Hey, look, it's going to be a long day.
Yeah, I
Won't
like
be the first
8.
mistake we make today.
Exactly. As long as we're sharp by race 8 when we kick off that Stronach 5. All right, let's speed along. We're going to try to save you plenty of time when we get to that Stronach 5 starting in race 8. But you like the late pick 4. That starts here in race 6. Nice open 25,000 claimer going 3/4. Let's check out your ticket, see how you played it.
Yeah, nice $18 ticket. 6th race, I go 3 deep using the 1, 6, and 9. 7th race, using a 2, 3, 7. 2 deep in the 8th, 2 and 6. 2 deep in the 9th, 8 and 9. $18 ticket. And get in on that, too. Everything's an affordable ticket today because my wallet was only so thick. I had to get in all my action.
Well, you got to save money for the weekend. Big weekend of racing here.
Married with children.
Yeah.
Married with children.
They're in school today or playing sports?
They're in school today.
All right, in school. Gym class. They still have gym in
They still do have PE, yes.
All right, good,
yes.
good. They
Good
need
news.
PE. Get them out. Let them run around and get tired. All right, let's take a look here at the 6th race. Claiming 25,000 4 and up, going 3/4. We both have the 6 on top. Let's start right there in arrears. We have a video spotlight to show you of his last race right here at Laurel Park on February 21st.
And here we're passing the 560 3/8 pole, and he's pretty wide. He's losing some ground all the way around the turn here, but he just keeps on chugging all the way down to the wire. And, he ends up getting beat four lengths. I mean, you see how wide he is into the stretch. He ends up getting beat 4 lengths for the whole thing in the slop, but he's getting in the mud, but he's going to get back to a fast track today. I think this is going to be enough for in arrears and Claudio Gonzalez. A nice work since that last race, 48 and change on March 15th. So a little bit better trip, not so wide, saves a little ground, and I think he'll be in much better shape here today.
All right, yeah. So we both have the 6 on top here. A little class relief coming out of those 2 other thens. Optional claiming 35,000. A little drop here to the open 25.
Oh, for sure, and yeah, he's been in good form. I mean, he just got the non-benefit of not a great trip in his last start. You look at his 3 starts before that, all good races with good positive results and good solid numbers. So that puts in arrears right in the hunt here today for Claudio.
Yeah, Victor and Claudio, they've been on a roll recently, 30% together at all tracks. So we both have the 6 and our rears on top, looking for his 5th win here at Laurel Park. We both have the 2 in our exacta. Tricky line. This kind of threw a clunker last out in the mud. The 7-year-old's only a 2 for 11 in the mud. He was the beaten favored in that 2 other than on February 21st. He'd won 2 in a row coming off the layoff before that effort, but he went from a couple 82 buyers to a 69. So I think just draw a line through that race and hope he can bounce back into top form today.
Yeah, and he gets a little class relief also, just like in arrears does, and I think you're absolutely right. Just draw a line through that last race. His previous 2 starts were good races and good enough to win here. He'll be popping out of there from the gate for Weston Hamilton, and I think it's a lead or nothing for this one. He wins his races in front, and that's when he runs his best, and he's going to get a track that's a little bit more to his liking.
All right, so cold 6-2 exacta on top there. Let me like a couple different horses there in race 6. Let's move along here. Race 7's a nice allowance race. We're going a mile and a 16th. Second level allowance condition. Optional claiming 35,000 4 and up. My price play of the day, and you like this horse a little bit as well. The 3 Tattooed, 9-2 morning line. Just one is a other than. I know it's a big step up to the second level allowance, but he's been in very good form for trainer Tim Keefe. He hasn't been off the board since the Maryland Million Classic last October, and that was coming off a long layoff. Trevor McCarthy rides his 4-year-old son of Etched Well All 4 of his wins have come here at Laurel Park. I go with the 3, Tattooed, on top here in race 7.
Yeah, I like Tattooed. He's been in excellent form. Now he is taking that step from the A other than to 2 other than, which, as you talk to trainers and I know myself, that can be the toughest step from the A other than to 2 other than, especially when they're optional claimers and you hook horses that have earned 400,000 like the 2 measured. So it can be a very, very tough step. But this horse is in great form, as you mentioned. Gets Trevor McCarthy. His last 3 races, been good efforts with good, strong numbers. Now he's going to have to run back to that, but I like him here today. I think he's going to be able to be capable of taking this step to the 2 other than level.
All right, so I have him on top. The 3, Tattooed, you have him second. The 2 you have on top here. Measure J.D. Acosta on the 7-year-old son of Curlin, 4 trainer Hugh McMahon, 0 for 1 at this distance, but a real big second with a 93 Beyer 2 starts ago going a mile.
Yeah, behind the next out winner in Clubman in that particular start, and 2 starts before that on an off-track going a mile right here at Laurel Park at the 2 other than level. Only got beat a neck to General Downs. General Downs would come back and win a stake after that race. So he's been running against some tough horses. Tis He the One, Clubman, General Downs, Home Run Maker. He's been running against some nice horses. I like Measure today. Got him on top with J.D. Acosta.
All right, so I like him as well. How about our man Justin Nixon here with the 6, Narrow Escape, 15 to 1 morning line. Sam Cardona will ride. They got the money at Charlestown, coming off the layoff against first level allowance, won by 7 1/4 at Charlestown, going 3 turns in the slop. He'll be forwardly placed here today. He showed he likes the main track with that big win last out at Charlestown.
Yeah, he's going to get a fast track. Looks like pretty much for the first time in his career, he hooked a slop out there at Charlestown. But look, if he can run back to some of those synthetic numbers, sure, puts him right into it. But he's going to have to do that probably on the outside looking in. But, Canada, Justin Nixon, you never know. He can get the job done. Really, really good horseman Justin Nixon is, so I would never, ever toss him out completely.
All right, we both like the 7 No More Talks. Had a little freshening here for trainer Lacey Gaudette, 5-year-old son of Not for Loves, looking for his 5th win here at Laurel Park. He was 4th in that race that Measured's coming out of the Clubman race back on February 2nd, and it's had off since then. Victor Carrasco will ride for Lacey today. They're 37% together, so I think you have to, we both like the 7 No More Talk.
Sure, and you go 4 races back, and you'll see a big race at the restricted state bred allowance race. This horse fired an 88 Beyer speed figure going a mile 16th that particular day, and a lifetime best. And then he follows that up in a tough 2 other than where he runs runs 3rd, only gets beat 4 lengths that particular day. So the races are in this horse for sure. Some work since that last start, including a nice half mile on March 3rd for Lacey Gaudette, who's chugging along here and having a decent winter meet. Victor Carrasco rides, and they've been doing all right together lately, 37%.
All right, let's turn the page. Race 8's when the national attention starts heating up here on Laurel Park as the popular national wager, the Stronach 5, starts in race 8, and there's the guarantee, $100,000 guarantee for the popular Stronach 5. Starts right here at Laurel Park, race 8. Industry low, 12% takeout means more money back in your pocket when you hit the Stronach 5. It's going to start about 4:43 Eastern time. Laurel Park, race 8. Then leg B is Laurel Park, race 9. Then Gulfstream, race 9. Gulfstream, race 10. Then it wraps up with Golden Gate Fields, race 5. You can get free PPs for the Stronach 5. Just go to the laurelpark.com website, and underneath the news, there's a press release about the Stronach 5. Click on that link, and in that press release is a link for the free Stronach 5 past performances. You can also find them on expressbet.com, and expressbet has tweeted them out as well. We're going to have a big handle on races 8 and 9 because what the Stronach 5 has done, it's a big handle. It's a $100,000 guarantee, but they've been betting way more than that into it. And it's creating a lot of national attention on the specific racetracks that is involved in the Stronach 5. Like I know Gulfstream a lot better now. I know Golden Gate better now from studying these Stronach 5s the past several weeks.
Oh, for sure. I didn't know anything about Jonathan Wong until I started, started looking at the Golden Gate races and paying a little bit more attention to them. So it absolutely does bring a lot of attention to your local track. And we get 2 races this week, and we gave the Stronach 5 2 good races. We get it kicked off here in this optional allowance race, $50,000 claimer. This is a good heat.
All right, so we showed you the guarantee. We showed you the lineup. Let's show you our tickets. There's Tim's ticket. Let's check it out, see how we played.
Yeah, tough race here. I go 4 deep to get kicked off using the 2 Mo Trouble for Claudio Gonzalez, the 5 Cozy Lover also for Claudio Gonzalez, the 6 2 Charlie's Cal Lynch, and the 8 Bronx Sandman for Gary Capuano. In leg B, I go 2 deep using the 8 and the 9, the 8 J-Rock for Hugh McMahon, and the 9 Drive at Night for the Red Hot Damon Dello DeVico. 3 deep in leg C, Gulfstream Park Race 9 using the 2 Diamond Key King, the 5 and the 10, the 5 Avery Island, and the 10 Rich Daddy. 4 deep at Gulfstream leg D, 4, 7, 8, 9, and then I single at Golden Gate Fields on the 6, Gorin for Jerry Hollendorfer, 2-1 on the line. That's my single, $96 ticket. Good luck if you play long.
All right, good luck, Tim. Let's check out my ticket, a $54 play here. In race 8, nice 3 other than allowance race going 6 furlongs. My top pick, the 6-2 Charlies with Trevor McCarthy, but the favorite, the 2 Mo Trouble for Claudio Gonzalez, going to be tough. So I go 2-6 to kick it off. My single here on the Stronach 5, you don't use this horse, leg B, Laurel Park, race 9. I like the 2 Young American, dropping back down to a level he was a good second at 2 starts ago, behind a next out winner. I like the 2 Young American for trainer Wayne Potts. Jockey Rosario Montanez will ride there in leg B. Then Gulfstream, race 9. I like the same 3 horses you like, the 2, 5, 10. Gulfstream, race 10. I go with the 4, 8, 9. And then I go 3 deep in the final leg at Golden Gate Fields. That's a nice allowance race going 6 furlongs. Hollendorfer will be tough with the 6 Gorin, but also the 8 Tanner's Pride with a nice big win last out at first start on the synthetic. And then the 9s will sequentially didn't break very well last out as the favorite at this level, but was an awfully good form before that. Hopefully can break a little better today and have a shot to win. So I go 6, 8, 9 in the 5th and final leg, Golden Gate Fields, race 5. $54 ticket for me. Again, you can study all of our tickets some more on the laurelpark.com website underneath the handicapping section. 2 minutes ago here. Let's take a look here at race 8. Feature of the day, 3rd level allowance condition, optional claiming $50,000, going 6 furlongs. And we both have 2 Charlies on top. A 5-year-old here for trainer Cal Lynch. He came back off a long layoff and ran a big race at 40-1 at this level late February. He came flying on, came very wide with David Egan aboard, but gets up for a good second behind Mr. Bricks. Now he gets the leading rider of the meet, Trevor McCarthy.
And Trevor and Cal, 24%. Cal, 19% in his allowance races. This one comes in off that good effort, which was a really nice effort, 86 Beyer speed figure that particular day, and 2 works since then. Picks up Trevor McCarthy. I mean, come on, you have to give this horse a lot of attention here today for Cal Lynch. 7-2 on the morning line.
Claudio Gonzalez, your leading trainer, has the morning line favored here in this first leg of the Stronach 5-2. Mo Trouble, 5-2. Victor Carrasco rides his 6-year-old Uncle Mo stud colt. Claudio, the trainer, and it didn't go very well in the Grade 3 General George, but he was 70-1 in that race. But the race 2 back going a mile just got beat a whisker as the favored with an 86 Beyer, second behind John Jones that day.
Sure, 2 races prior to the General George were both really strong efforts, including a race going 3/4 of a mile at a $50,000 optional claiming level. Ran an 88 Beyer speed figure that day behind Uncontested. Uncontested would come back and win the General George. So I think there's enough to appreciate there. Sharp work since that last race, half mile in 48-1, gets Victor Carrasco. And, of course, Claudio, he's just so good off this type of layoff and whatnot. But Mo Trouble could be very tough. Mo Trouble could be a lot of trouble in the 8th.
Sure. So I try to squeak out of this leg with only the 2 and the 6, but I believe you go 4 deep in this race, right?
Yeah, I go 3 deep. I use the 5 also, Cozy Lover, for Claudio Gonzalez, because all his horses are live, and all you need to know about Cozy Lover, First time off the claim for Claudio Gonzalez. Those horses get better. I expect this one to get better. And not that this one's been bad. Look at its form. Won 6 of his last 12. Doesn't have to do much to get a lot better.
All right, yeah, Cozy Lover, he looms a threat there for Claudio at 4-1. So a tough third level allowance condition going 6 furlongs. Feature of the day here in race 8, and it kicks off that popular national wager, the Stronach 5. We have 2 legs of the Stronach 5. Let's check out Laurel Park, race 9. We're going 5.5 furlongs, claiming 8,004 and up. Haven't won a race in 6 months. Races enter for 7,000 or less, not considered an eligibility. I have the 2 Young American on top. I thought he ran a real big second. He was the favorite at this level back on February 10th, second behind Sir Rockport, who came right back to win. Young American was claimed that day by Wayne Potts. They tried a starter allowance going a mile, and he showed a little early speed and packed it in that day. Now he drops back down to his level today, cuts back to cuts back to a sprint. Rosario Montanez gets aboard. He's a 5-time winner here at Laurel Park. You like him a little bit. I put him on top.
Yeah, I like him a little bit. He's on my ticket. I didn't use him in on my Stronach 5 or my actually maybe I used him in the Stronach 5. I did, but I didn't use him on my Rainbow Pick 6. He's good going 3/4 mile and shows the races on his form going 3/4 mile. I'm just a little concerned that Young American might be beginning to go the other way. When I look at his last 4 races, they've just progressively been not as good. Now, I understand that last race was a starter 5,000, but it was a starter 5,000. They're tough, but they're not like the starter 16s that we get around here that are really tough, and he didn't show up and run any kind of number that was going a mile. His 3/4 races are probably better, but I'm a little leery of Young American today.
J-Rock, he's taking a big drop in class today for trainer Hugh McMahon. 7-year-olds made about $250,000. I use him a little bit now. He is a big 0 for 13 here at Laurel Park.
Well, that's a downside of J-Rock. He's coming out of a race at Charlestown going 4.5 furlongs where he had some trouble and just couldn't recover. But his 2 starts previous to that for at the $12,000 level right here at Laurel Park were good, strong efforts with good numbers. 2 consecutive third-place finishes and only beating a couple lengths in both of those starts. So I'm going to take a shot with J-Rock here. Hugh McMahon and J.D. Acosta, they're winning at 30% overall everywhere that they hook up. So I like J-Rock on top here today.
How about Drive at Night? Looking for four in a row here for a hot barn. Damon Del Devico, 27%. Caramanos will ride. Drive at Night, a 6-time winner here at Laurel Park. He's in red-hot form right now.
Yeah, red-hot form. In fact, all his lifetime wins have come right here at Laurel Park. Winner of his last 3 consecutive races. Now he's stepping up from the nickel to the 8,000 today. I don't think that's an issue. This barn, Damon Del Devico, they've been red-hot, 27% over the winner. Caramanos returns. There's a lot to like. And running good, solid numbers. His numbers fit right in with this group, even though he's been winning at the nickel level. This horse could be very, very tough today, and this one's on all my tickets.
And we both used the 5 Concordia's Ways, taking a drop in class today, just like the other McMahon starter in the race. Katie Davis on the 5.
Sure, and Katie and Hugh McMahon, they're red hot, 26%. His last start, not a bad effort on the mud, but he shows good races, 2 out of the end level, and not that long ago. Well, last April, good race there, 68. If he can run back to that kind of race, well, that puts him right into it, right in it. But not a bad effort in his last, and eligible to move forward with this class relief he's getting, dropping from the Open 16 to the 8.
All right, so we like the same 4 horses there in race 9. Expect races 8 and 9 today to be the biggest handles of the day as they're involved in that popular national wager. The Stronach 5 with that $100,000 guarantee starts right here at Laurel Park. Race 8 today. Good luck on your ticket. You'll be back on with me for the afternoon. We'll come back on for race 1. Dave Rodman, he's coming up next with today's scratches and changes. Good luck.